Hello and welcome back to TF1C, the Formula 1 chat. It's time for the Singapore Grand Prix. It's been a little while, to be fair. 2 weeks since we've last had an F1 race, but now we're back with the Singapore Grand Prix. It's a race that we've not had for 3 years? 2 years? It's been a while. 3 years, wasn't it? So yeah, 3 years ago. I've missed it. It's a brilliant track. It's usually a brilliant race. It's usually one which Ferrari win. They certainly could do with a win this weekend. Whether they'll get that,
maybe.
Who knows? But let's get into some predictions, shall we?
Yes.
Of course, we've just got to briefly mention Alex Albon should be back this weekend.
Yes.
It's confirmed he will be back, but apparently there's a 50-50 chance that De Vries is in that seat.
I wonder why.
I imagine that Albon will go out, do practice one, see how he's handling the car after an hour of running. I was going to say it's a tough race, full stop. But I was going to say to recover from an appendicitis, it's a pretty big surgery.
It would be tough for whoever drives the car because De Vries couldn't get out of the car by himself in Monza.
Yeah, to be fair.
So whoever drives out of De Vries or Albon, they're going to hurt.
Nah, De Vries will be all right.
He's all right.
I think back to Formula E. They're racing in Diriyah, mate, and he dominated there. It's a street circuit. If De Vries was in that Williams...
He's not. Well, as far as we know, it's not. It's Alex Albon.
Who knows? But yeah, Alex Albon, I do fear that if he is in that car, he will only qualify badly. So should we start with qualifying?
I don't. And looking at Q...
Okay.
who I've
optimistic.
Looking at who I've got knocked down Q1.
Yeah, let's run for a Q1.
Latifi 20, shock. Schumacher 19. He has never gone well at straight circuits.
No.
Snowder 18, again, AlphaTauri in the mud, same for him. New circuit as well, we know Snowder does not adapt well to new circuits. Bottas P17, he has struggled so much in Alfa Romeo and has not had a good track record at Singapore. And then 16th is Lance Stroll, because that Aston Martin is a shitbox.
Seems we follow along a similar path of thinking then, because P20 is none other than everyone's favourite Canadian, Nicholas Latifi. Of course, won't be in Formula 1 now. Go check our video on that. Well, actually, we didn't do a video on it. We did a video on Mick Schumacher, so check that one out, where we also talk about Latifi. But P19, I've got Alex Albon. I just don't think he's going to be able to hop in the car and pull off a madness. P18, Lance Stroll, as you've mentioned, he's driving a glorified go-kart this year. Then it's going to be Mick Schumacher, P17, always struggles at street circuits. P16, Yuki Tsunoda. A bit erratic, like he usually can't really get that lap together well, and this is a track where if you do make a few little mistakes, you are going to scrape barriers, you are going to put yourself into the wall. So I do fear Tsunoda could be an unfortunate victim of how close the walls are here.
Into Q2, and P15, Zhou Guanyu honestly confirmed that he'll be in Formula 1 next year on Tuesday. Not surprised he's driven superbly, and P15 on a Singapore debut would be a very, very good qualifying session for him. P14, Alex Albon, I think hopefully he's in the car, hopefully he's alright, I think he's going to put together a good lap. P13, Pierre Gasly, dragging that AlphaTauri up a bit, but still not great. P12, Esteban Ocon, bit of a shock knockout here for Esteban, but I mean his most recent Singapore memory would have been being slapped in a wall by his teammate at the time at Racing Point.
Of course.
P11, and then rounding out the bottom 10, P11, Kevin Magnussen, just missing out. I'm going to say it now, you will notice that Sebastian Vettel is through to Q3.
Yeah, it's quite exciting, isn't it? Oh, can Seb do a madness? Well, you never know. Maybe the fact they've got no aerodynamics will help them just throw the car around the track, maybe. Who knows? As for me, I've gone P15, I've got Pierre Gasly. It's not been a good season for Pierre. That AlphaTauri team hasn't looked fast. And do you reckon he'll be in that seat come 2023, March 2023, when we're watching Bahrain testing? Do you think he'll be there? Interesting. At the moment, I think he will, unless Alpine just decide to bin off all their current plans. But you never know, do you? Alpine love to just change their drivers, so yeah, maybe they'll make a change there. P14, I've gone K-Mag, decent season, but nothing special here. Seb's unfortunately P13, can't quite get through to Q3. P12, I've got Zhou Guanyu, again, very impressive season, and P11, a shock knockout, I'd say. Esteban Ocon, very consistent this year. Very good showing. Why have you dropped him outside of the top 10 then?
I think he's just going to have a mistake or something, like a little slide or something.
Okay.
And I think he'll be a bit annoyed with himself.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll just be an unfortunate, like a poor lap.
Yeah.
Just can't really get it hooked up. Of course, as you mentioned, the last time he was here, 2018,
To 19.
he's put in a wall. Well, no, he didn't.
not.
I don't think he raced 2019.
Oh, sorry, he might not have.
I think 2019 was his year off. 2020 was Renault, right?
Obviously, that wasn't last time it was Singapore. Was 2019. 2018, I think he got binned by Perez.
Yeah, or he did 2019 in the Renault. I can't remember. It was 2017. He got binned by Perez.
He's been binned in Singapore.
Yeah, he has.
Should we move him to Q3 then? Top 10.
Yes, go on.
And P10, I've got Fernando Alonso. Honestly, you say Alpine want to change their drivers. He'll be leaving Alpine next year for Aston Martin. Good little segue here. The man he's replacing will be sharing a little grid row with him. P9,
Okay.
Sebastian Vettel.
Love it.
Nice little Vettel Alonso fifth row.
It's a lot lower than I've got Fernando Alonso. Oh, is he on pole? Maybe he
Is
is.
he on 9 10?
Yeah, so P10, I've got Sergio Perez.
I'm not surprised about that one.
I feel like we've not seen a Perez mistake in a while. And I think,
That was the last one I can remember.
well, that's what I'm saying. Qualifying at Canada, very similar
Wet.
tracks.
It could rain.
Well, it could, couldn't it? Or it could just be very, very dark. It's a street circuit at night. P10, Perez is, poor lap. He's going to bin it. He's going to bin it in the wall. First lap of Q3, and that's going to see him P10. Probably going to be able to cut through. Who knows? Singapore is not a track you can't overtake it. There's definitely overtaking opportunities here. There's definitely always carnage here, so maybe Perez will find his way through the order. P9 then, I've gone Valtteri Bottas. Consistent driver. I think he'll just chill. Just relax. Lovely little
I've
lap.
got him knocked down Q1. I think he's going to struggle.
Wow, harsh.
Well, no, he's really struggled, mate. He's got
Yeah, I know,
3
but
back-to-back Q1 knockouts now.
Well, he's gonna do well here.
Into P8
Yeah.
is Daniel Ricciardo.
That's Daniel Ricciardo.
I just had to double check because I have put Lando Norris in there
I was
twice.
going to say, that's very suspenseful for Daniel Ricciardo,
Yeah.
but
Ricciardo P8,
Interesting.
he'll be happy with that.
I mean, I'll be bloody buzzing. He's usually 12.
No, not even that.
As for my P8, I've gone someone else beginning with R, but it's not Daniel Ricciardo. It's Georgie Russell.
Yeah.
Russell's had a fine season, nothing too special. P8 for George. Yeah, it's something he could build from. It's also something where if he had a bad race, he's going to be outside the points, so he's got to be careful. But the Mercedes, has looked quick recently. Will it still be quick here?
Maybe.
I think they could be jumped by a team. I feel like there's a team out there. Occon's 11th. There's a team out there who bring in upgrades. I'll get onto them very shortly. But yeah, P7 who've you got?
You've got Russell in P8, I've got him in P7.
I've also got a Mercedes in P7. I've got Lewis Hamilton.
Wow.
Very quick usually at Singapore, but not really where he want to be starting.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll have too much of an impact, because I think he's going to be very happy with where I've predicted him in the race. But let's get onto that in a little
P6.
bit of time. P6 who've
I
you
have
got?
Lando Norris making it McLaren 6-8. They'll be pretty happy with that.
I think they'll be even happier with how I've predicted him. Daniel Ricciardo P6, Lando Norris P5, a 5-6 for the McLaren boys. I think they're bringing upgrades. We know that now this weekend. They've changed up their side pods. Well, Lando's car will have changed side pods. Daniel Ricciardo's car will stick with the old one. So we're interested to see whether changing to that Red Bull philosophy, Red Bull side pod philosophy, will benefit them or potentially hinder Lando Norris. But yeah, I've got them in a 5-6. Who have you got in P5?
P5, just give me a moment. I have to
Make a few amendments,
P5 is Carlos Sainz. I think he'll be a bit annoyed because I feel like he might be say top Q1, third in Q2, and then just drop back a bit in Q3. And I think he'll be a bit disappointed with himself, knowing that he could have got more pace out of the car.
Yeah, okay. Well, my P4 is Carlos Sainz. We're a little bit out of sync here, but we move. P4, there's only 2 drivers quicker than him at the moment. I think we're going to see a cheeky little surprise lap from a little Spanish man. Not that little, to be fair, but a sneaky little Spanish man who occasionally gets himself very good positions just out of nowhere.
Okay, so I'm going to do my top 4 now. You do your top because we're a bit out of sync.
Yeah.
So P4, I've got Sergio Perez being the rear gunner that he is, the second driver. He is
That's probably where I put him if he's not going to bin it. But
yeah. P3, I then have Lewis Hamilton. Very good lap from him. We know Lewis is very good at Singapore as well, so I'm expecting good weekend for him. Is a front row of the 2, you could say championship fighters, but one of them was a bit further clear. But in this race, in this quality session, it is the other way around. It's Max Verstappen in P2, and Charles Leclerc is going to take his first pole position in a long, long time.
Unfortunately for Leclerc, though, no points for Saturdays, is there? I also think he's going to be on pole.
That will come costly in the race.
Okay, I also think he's going to be on pole. I also think Max is going to be P2. That's my P3. That's that little sneaky Spaniard I mentioned, Fernando Alonso. He's just going to... I think he's going to have done a lap. Everyone thinks he's done. But Fernando, he fancies pushing again. They're going to be going, okay, well, it's Leclerc, Verstappen, Science Tune tomorrow. And then Alonso is going to come flying past P3. Just slaps it in there. Little sneaky lap. He didn't do it after the checkered flag, just got it in. Just. And he's going to absolutely slap it over the line. P3 for Fernando Alonso.
Into the race.
Yeah, well, I've got a lot to talk about here, so maybe you'll want to run through yours first.
I have 4 DNFs.
I've also got 4 DNFs.
I'm going to run through mine first, and I'm going to do the least shocking to the most shocking. First, Alex Albon. I factored in the fact that obviously he's going to come back. I feel like he might rush it back, and then in about, say, lap 20-25, he might think, guys, I'm starting to hurt a bit. Can I retire and call it a day? They'll say, yeah, sure, Alex. You're a good man. Love ya.
Good.
Then I've got new side pods, new car. New side pods are going to be smashed to pieces as Lando Norris finds himself in a barrier.
Oh, God.
Same
times for McLaren.
Pierre Gasly. Mechanical problems once again for Pierre. And he's going to have to call it a day.
Sad times again.
And then the 4th DNF is the biggest. Ferrari's time to shine. He's on pole. He's leading Max by 5 seconds come lap 33. I am stupid moment. He's just going to smash it into a barrier. And Charles Leclerc is
lose the championship in that moment.
He's going to lose the championship in that moment.
Yeah. Interesting. I've got a bit more of a few eventful moments here. We've got a big one on lap 1. You know those weird moments where there's a few where like everyone seems to get stuck together at turn 1, and then the guys at the back crash. I feel like we're gonna have one of those. Latifi behind Albon. It's only going one way, isn't it? Yeah. Like the midfield cars, they're all gonna get stuck together. Maybe Vettel's gonna be on top of someone, just like on top of one of his wheels or something. It's gonna be mental.
Going out in that chaos.
No one other than Latifi, who's got caught out by it all, smacking into the back of his teammate, sending him spinning and taking off his rear tyre and smashing up the back of the car, smashing up the front of his car, taking off the tyre. Yeah, I was going to say, and that's going to cost Charles Leclerc. Max is going to be ahead when they bring out the red flag, and people are going to be kicking off. Because they're going to be bringing up the picture of Daniel Ricciardo, they're going to be bringing up this picture and going, why is when Max leading... when Max needs it, we give out a red flag. When he doesn't, and then it's going to be a kick-off. There's going to be Merc fans creating conspiracy theories. It's going to be mental. But Max fans, we ain't going to care because Max Verstappen will be in the lead.
I thought you meant it to be one of those where they're going to be looking at the pictures to see who's ahead, and it's going to turn out that Verstappen's ahead by a hair.
And it's like, oh, this isn't fair.
It's going to be kicking off. I'm going to get to my top 10 then. It's my non-points scorers.
I've still got more DNFs to come.
Okay.
So shall I run through those first?
Yeah, do them.
Yeah, I probably should. George Russell.
What's going to do?
You know when drivers just seem to disappear?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's just going to retire in the pit lane and no one knows what's going on. And then Ted Kravitz has to go running down there, runs in the Mercedes, runs in front of him. The Mercedes pit crew can't replace Hamilton's tyres because Ted's just got in the way to see what's going on with Russell. Okay, he's just checking it out. He's seeing what's going on. He's having a little sneak around. What's going on there? He's had to retire.
Oh wow!
So a few dodgy. Yeah, well, maybe he's just bored. Probably the former though. And then Zhou. I feel like the Alfa Romeo hasn't blown up in a little while.
Mechanical.
Yeah, well, it's been a few minutes, and I think they're getting a bit bored, so they're going to press Control Alt Delete on Zhou's car once again, and it's going to bring out a late race safety car.
Oh, we do like them. We do like them.
How exciting!
I'm going to go round out my bottom lot then. P16, Nicholas Latifi, last of class 5 finishes. Shame for him. Tsunoda 15th, again standard, just what we're used to seeing. Schumacher 14th. At least he's going to finish a straight race. I think he'll be very happy with that. P13 is Lance Stroll. Decent result for him in that absolute crap of Aston Martin.
Yeah, that's a decent result to be fair.
P12 Zhou Guanyu, P11 Valtteri Bottas, 11-12 for Alfa Romeo, both just missing out on the points, but a decent weekend I suppose. And then
it's all right.
Picking up 1 point is Esteban Ocon.
Okay, well, you've gone up to 10, so I'll go up to 10 as well. The Astons are going to lock out the back row of the classified runners. 15th for Seb, 16th for Lance. P14, Mick Schumacher. P13, Yuki Tsunoda. Nothing races for them. P12, Kevin Magnussen. Similar scenes. P11, Carlos Sainz.
Oh, what's Gant doing, man?
Cheeky little spin.
Oh, wow.
Cheeky little spin right at the back.
The fact he's going to get away with spinning
Wow.
not putting in a wall. I place turn 1 you got.
That's what I'm thinking. Turn 1, lap 1.
Or the
causes everyone to have to chill a little because drops it. Oh, Spinala. It's just in the track. Everyone's having to divert all over the place. Latifi whacks Albon. Sad times.
That's just for lap 1, isn't it?
That's the lap 1 incident. Yes, indeed. It's going to be caused by Carlos Sainz. I've just decided on the spot. Improvisation. P10, I've gone Pierre Gasly.
Oh, nice little point for Gasly.
Yeah, I mean, considering how bad that car's been, I think it's going to be quite interesting as well. AlphaTauri fending off the Ferrari. Red Bull are going to be giving him a raise.
That probably.
It'll be absolutely buzzing.
P9, I have Kevin Magnussen. Feels like it's been a while since Haas scored some points, so I'm going to give them 2
I've
here.
not seen them since Austria.
Yeah. Well, I think
They've
2
not
points
been
to
there.
K-Mag, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, fair enough. My P9 is Esteban. Oh, go on. Cutting through 2 places. Nothing too special, but I think Alpine will be happy with that result. I think they'll be happier with Alonso's, but we'll get onto that soon.
I've got Alonso in P8, so an 8-10 for Alpine. Dull points finish, but not the greatest weekend in the world for them.
Yeah. P8 are we on?
Yeah.
Bottas, chilling. Not lot. He's not going to be anywhere near the.
It's been a while since Alpine.
Yeah, he's not going to be near the top 7. He's not going to be any near being chased down by Esteban Ocon. He's going to be having a lovely little race.
Now,
dreaming about being in a sauna.
The reason
probably not.
Alpine
So
will be annoyed that they haven't got an 8-10 is because they're going to carry so much pace into this weekend.
Yeah.
But their race is going to be halted by an Aston Martin go-kart in P7 of Sebastian Vettel.
Things we love to see.
We know it can be tough at times to pass at Singapore, especially if we're trying to overtake Sebastian Vettel. Vettel holding on for P7, 6 points for Aston Martin. He'll be well chuffed, loved Lawrence Stroll.
I think he'll be more than well chuffed. P7, Sergio Perez, cutting through a bit. Nothing too special, but P7 is a good result.
P6, I've got Daniel Ricciardo. While his teammates crashing out, Daniel's picking himself up 8 points and saying to the teams that still have a seat left to fill, I'm still a good Formula 1 driver.
I've also got McLaren P6. I've got Lando Norris. Decent result. He's not going to be as high as his teammate, but still a good result. I think there's going to be a little bit of pit stop stuff going on here. That is, he might get caught out. But yeah, do you want to do your top 5? Because I've got a lot to go through in my top 5.
Mine's very boring. P5 George Russell, again, nothing race for Russell, but he's still going to get his finish in the top 5 stat. P4 for Carlos Sainz.
Unless he has a sneaky retirement.
So on a weekend that looks so promising for Ferrari, they're not even going to pick up a podium with either driver. Which means Hamilton takes P3. He'll be, as I said, he's good at Singapore, and he will happily take another P3. And it's a Red Bull 1-2 with Perez in second, Verstappen in first, which means Verstappen will not win the Drivers' Championship because Perez is in P2. It will mean, though, Leclerc cannot win it, and I very much doubt that Red Bull would let Perez beat Max to it.
Yeah, and Max, of course, continuing on.
But I feel like it's been one of those weekends
wins
where Max hasn't had the greatest luck around Singapore. I feel like it's been one of those weekends where Red Bull are second best, but once again, due to driver error, Ferrari error, pit stop error, Red Bull will come out on top. It's been one of those weekends where Max looks back at it and goes, I wasn't the quickest this weekend, but I still got the win, and that's what matters.
Yeah. I think it's time for my explanation.
Go on then.
I want everyone at home, quickly, to close your eyes. I'm taking you back.
Can't see me.
No, you don't need to. You just need to hear this bit. Close your eyes. I want to take you back to Saudi Arabia. Remember when Verstappen and Leclerc jostling lap to lap? It was a brilliant battle. So close to the wall, so close to contact. What a momentous scrap it was. We're going to see that again this weekend. They're going to be 1 and 2. They'll be scrapping very hard. Alonso's got not getting near him. But that sneaky little Spaniard, what's he up to? Oh, he's popped in the pit lane. Verstappen and Leclerc aren't concerned. They're going about their business. They are absolutely battering, fighting hard. Hamilton and Ricciardo also going to sneak in the pit lane. In fact, they're going to sneak in before Fernando. We didn't even notice them. They're that sneaky. By this point, Hamilton has overtaken Ricciardo, by the way. But still, it's good. Alonso's come up behind them, but they're just chilling. They're not really going for moves. They're just sitting in the DRS,
Yeah.
ploughing along. Verstappen and Leclerc, scrapping, didn't quite notice this. When they then make their first pit stop, oh dear, what's happened? Well, they've come out behind him.
Oh dear.
So far behind him.
that
Still
is
in front of
tragic.
Lando Norris. I think Lando, maybe he forgot to pit.
Alright.
But, yeah, so then when he pits, he's out behind all of them. But, yeah, they can't 4-5. They can't. They're still battling. Leclerc's still trying to get past Verstappen. It's a madness. Anyway, this leaves the front three going at it. Ricciardo and Hamilton. Remember back to, I think it was 2016? Where Daniel Ricciardo was chasing down Nico Rosberg for the final few laps of the Singapore Grand Prix.
Rosberg obviously held on when it was the championship.
Rosberg did hold on.
Yeah.
And I think the Mercedes is going to hold on again
Wow.
this year. It's a Lewis Hamilton win. Daniel Ricciardo P2. Fernando Alonso on the podium for another year. Another year of a Fernando Alonso podium. Ricciardo P2. Proving he's still got a little bit to offer in
Yes.
Formula 1. Don't think he's going to win a seat off that 18 points though. But Hamilton P1, that'll be big for him. Should put
So where
him
was Verstappen Leclerc?
well up there. I think he'll be close to Leclerc, won't he? I don't think he'll quite catch
So
him.
no, where
Where are
Leclerc?
Verstappen and Leclerc? Leclerc's P5, Verstappen's P4.
So again, we've both got the championship going over to Japan.
Yes, I don't think Leclerc's going to have a big error.
You've reminded me of the
Verstappen
Rosberg is
went.
that I've noticed, I saw this, that every single winner of the Singapore Grand Prix has either already been a champion,
Apologies, I misclicked there.
so everyone who's won the Singapore GP has either already been a champion,
Oh. Well, we're continuing
has
that today, aren't
has
we?
gone on to be a champion, or has gone on to be the champion
That year.
in the same year.
Fair enough. Well, Hamilton and Verstappen, both champions, of course, and it's likely Verstappen will go on to win the
Or would
championship this
Leclerc
year.
win it, and then would Leclerc win the
Oh.
championship this year, or would he win it in 10 years' time?
Is that what happens?
Well, that's the whole point. They're saying whoever's
Oh,
won it
okay.
has either gone on to win a championship, or has already won the championship, or won the championship that year.
Fair enough. Right. Should we call it there?
Yes.
I think we will. Make sure to go check out W Series earlier today if you haven't already. That will be linked in the end screen. Go stick your comments in the predictions. No, go stick your predictions in the comments down below. Oh, it's all over the place at the end of this one. But yes, that is all for today. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
So yeah.